Rush, we should probably get the fire extinguisher out just in case this goes bad.
Absolutely.
It could be bad.
It could be very bad.
Hello everybody, welcome back. Today we're gonna do a little bit of an experiment. Well, it feels like an experiment, but actually we're just gonna bench test this hot water heater before I go tearing the old one out of the Coachman. It has a little bit of a story to it. There shouldn't be anything wrong with it, but we're going to hook some propane to it. Hopefully we can do this safely. I'm sure we can. We're pretty careful. And I'm actually going to put some water in it too. It's probably totally unnecessary. I could probably bench test it. And we got 12 volts here. I here too for the igniter and everything. Could probably just fire it for a couple of seconds and just make sure it ignites, and that's probably good enough. But no, can't do that. Because I can. I dug these fittings up and screwed in here, and I had this little pump. It's a 1 gallon per minute pump, and yeah, this is more this level is more tinkering around because I have stuff around. So I found another fitting up here. We're gonna stick that pump hose in 7 gallons of water. It's only 6 gallon capacity, so we should be able to fill it up and have a little bit left over down there. So we're gonna pump it full until it starts coming out of here, and then shut the pump off. It'll be full of water, and then we're gonna fire it up. Hopefully it ignites, and because it has water in it, I could probably just go ahead and let it run, and maybe just go ahead and do a full cycle. Just go ahead and let it get up to temperature. Should automatically kick off when it gets up to temperature. We might actually do a full. That'd be more of a full test than just a quick, on-off ignite thing. Yeah, might be going a bit far, but what the heck? It's kind of what tinkering's all about sometimes. Now I am gonna have to tear the bed, take the bed up and everything, because the actually the fresh water tank and the hot water heater is underneath the bed, so I'm gonna have to pull the mattress and everything up and get access to it. This is oh, and I'll have to get this this awning arm out of the way. Just unclips here, probably swing it down and plant it. Has feet there, maybe put a stake in it. Anyway, yeah, this thing has seen better days. Might have to do a little bit of repair work. Actually, the Coachman, I don't know what is behind here. That is certainly rusted out, but probably screws into some wood. I don't know what kind of condition that's going to be in. Hopefully it's still okay. Yeah, that's seen better days, but she finally got the point. It was getting fussy for a while, and then it finally got to the point where now it doesn't light. And probably like the rest of you, I like to have hot water too, so we're gonna get that thing yanked out of there. But I wanted to test fire the new one before I go through all that, and if that thing has problems, then I'm left with this big hole in here, right? So we're gonna test fire quick, and then get this thing out of here. Yep, we are gonna have to tear this all up, and imagine finding you here on the bed, huh? Yeah, I'm gonna get the bed stuff all pulled up, and then I'll have to get the shop vac. I'm sure underneath the bed and around that hot water tank, you got to probably shop vac that all up real good, and there'll be the plumbing lines and the 12 volt lines going to the 12 volt where the on-off switch is at up there. So yeah, we're going to dig into this. Are you anxious to get this going? And we do have a brand new cover here for it. The one on the Coachman would not work, and even if it was in better shape. One issue we might have is this is actually a different size. I couldn't find an exact replacement. I looked it up by model number. The exact replacement. The one on the Coachman is actually wider. This is square. This is roughly 12 inches or 12 and a half. I forget exactly what it checks. It's square. Let's just say 12 by 12, rough numbers. Mine is 12 by 16. It's more rectangular. So I'm going to have a gap to have to deal with. I will just leave it at that for right now. I did find one online, but it was from some obscure seller. It wasn't Never heard of it before. It wasn't from, say, RV World or Amazon or Camping World. You know, it wasn't from any recognizable name. Uh, I think they showed like one in stock, or maybe it was no longer available anyway. Whatever. I did find the rectangular one, but I think they've phased those out and said, and they're replaced by these square ones. Well, anybody that has one of the older ones, or everybody's dealt with having to make up that 4-inch difference somehow, one way or another. So, it is what it is. Yeah, hopefully we do this without any accidents. We're gonna, just in case, there's two. My buddy Russ is here, and he's snickering in the background. He'll be over here in a minute because he wants to get close to the danger. Okay, there's two fire extinguishers up front of the shop. There's one over there on the shelf. There's one right outside in the van. There's another one real handy in the coachman. So I don't know if Russ has any or not, but
two right here.
see, so we're covered. You know, if all those fire extinguishers don't help us, then there's just no help. I don't expect we're gonna have any problems with this. So propane tank, I believe, has plenty in it. That was hooked up to my old Mr. Buddy here. And, I actually tested that last evening. That heater still works just fine. That's still pretty heavy. There's plenty of propane in that. I'm gonna get this disconnected. I'm gonna get a hose run up here. I knocked the rubber grommet out of it for now, so I can put that hose in here and connect it to this fitting. And I can get this water jug up here. This is only a little. It's not a standard RV pump. I think it was listed under for a boat. Maybe it's a bilge pump, or I don't know, a bit smaller. The RV pumps are typically 3 gallons per minute. This is only 1 gallon per minute. And at 6 gallons, well, it should take 6 minutes to fill it up. We'll fast forward through that. We're not going to sit here for 6 minutes listening to that pump run until this fills up. So, all right. All right, Russ come out to join us in the danger. And I did this, unscrew this. We're going to put this in here, and it is the right size. We're going to screw that on there. It's a flare fitting, not a pipe thread, so no Teflon tape is needed. You don't use Teflon tape on flare fittings. Just a heads up there. Before somebody spoke out and said, you better put Teflon tape on there. That's not a pipe thread. Alright, these lights over here, or these lights, the wires, okay, coming from there. Red is positive, green is negative, and that should satisfy everything here. There's only one more. I mean, other wires are all internal to it. These go to your light buttons and stuff. The blue one is for the light that lets you know from inside whether it lit or there's a fault and it went out or anything. So we don't need the light to work here. We just need to power the dang thing up here, and hopefully it'll figure the rest out. This might be a good time to try this out for propane leaks. This is a little handheld. Look at this. It's a little handheld. It says for a combustible gas leak detector. So I'm guessing that would work on a natural gas or propane. There's the name anyway. Let's see if I can find the link to this. I don't know where this came from. It's had quite a while. This is probably on Amazon. I'm pretty certain of it. Well, it's nice, at least, like a lot of stuff you get comes with a generic battery. It's actually, this company actually provided door cells. So, I guess that's the sensing end. Let's see if this works. I think it's armed and ready. It's, oops, that's the wrong button. That's the on-off button, the red one. Okay, it's on. And there's what's it calibrating itself maybe? Or is it checking? What's the S button? Is that for starting? I don't know what it's doing. But here's what I did. Actually, I had this fitting tight, and I actually backed it off about a quarter turn. All right, and oops. Oh, maybe it takes that long. I either pushed a button or it just took 30 seconds or a minute to calibrate. But let me turn this on. Okay. Let's see if this detects anything. Uh-oh, it does. It turned red. It says bad. We got a bad situation there. Actually, once the thing's up and running and calibrated, let's see if it's out here. Okay. So I guess you could. Of course, there's the old way of spraying soapy water, all over every fitting. Some are harder to get to than others. You could go around your system and maybe, then you get it back over here where the fresh air is and it goes green again. That's a pretty cool device. So I'm going to finish, I'm going to tighten that back up now. We're going to recheck it. Propane leaks here in the garage.
I got the phone ready for 911.
You go ahead and when we were ready to go here, go ahead and dial in 911 and then
I got it already.
you only have to push the 1 to finish the call. Yeah. All right. This is pretty handy. Let me tighten that up and we're going to recheck it. Okay. Have my wrenches over there. Tighten this up. And the propane was still on the entire time, so I think we're okay. This is pretty cool. I'm fascinated by gadgets. You can probably just Google that. Toptas, whatever, PT199 gas leak detector. Like I say, I'll search this and I'll put it down in the video link if you want to check that out. I'm kind of impressed by the dang thing. Turned it off and I'm gonna put it away. It has a little pouch here, a little storage pouch here. We'll put that away, and I like that. All right, here's the idea. Okay, I got the pump up here on top. I'm gonna go and hook this pump up, and with the water tank over here, we're going to, of course, pump water out and into that, and then when it overflows or when it's full, it's gonna come back this garden hose. Well, by the time it's full, this water level should be like really low. So I'm gonna put this in here just a little bit. When I hear it, the water running in here, I'll know that's full. Okay, and we can shut the pump off, and we'll be ready to test fire it. All right, okay, little pump, are you ready? Oh yeah, there it goes. We actually set this down. Oh, it's just gonna want to fall off anyway. We'll just set that down. We'll set that down there. We'll be alright. Alright, tank. Hopefully, water doesn't start running off the side of it, right? That would be bad. Alright, I think we're good. The pump is running. And the tank is full. I even put a board under the back end of this so that it was kind of downhill. Air could have been up there. Now the air can come up. So it should have purged all the air out of the system, out of the tank completely. I can shut this off. It's full. It's full. We don't need it circulating. The tank is full. Okay, we can. I think we're ready for the next step and maybe fire it up. Bella. Never mind. Okay, I think now Russ and I both kind of looked at this wiring diagram, this schematic, and same one's in the owner's manual, and it really doesn't appear that light needs to be hooked up. It really should come down to just these two. I'm gonna hook that up to the battery because that's all it's gonna see from in the motorhome is the 12 volts to light the thing up. So let's put it right on positive. And we'll have this one on the ready, okay? We're gonna come over here and observe this while I hook that up. Are we gonna get instant ignition? How long is it gonna take? A couple minutes? I didn't hear anything.
I didn't either. There we go.
I heard a click when I unhook it. Is this gonna take a minute? Russ says it's gonna take
15 seconds.
15 seconds, so I'm gonna patiently wait here. I should have put this on a tripod. Well, there it goes. Look at that. It's like magic. That igniter can go up. Okay, there it goes. Now we got, see that nice pretty blue flame in there? I don't think we're gonna need a fire extinguisher. It's kind of the oranges. It's a nice blue flame when it first comes out, and then as it kind of dissipates, it turns into an orange flame back in there. I guess we're gonna get this thing in the coachman with hot water again. There for a minute. I was afraid this might be my last cup of coffee. Something went wrong, you know. Yeah, I'm gonna let this cycle. We're gonna let it run and let it get up to temperature. And hey, why not, right? All right, we're just gonna fast forward here a minute. Let this thing do its thing. We're just checking in on this, and the flame did its initial burn off. That flame did turn to a nice blue in through there, so anyway, we're gonna let her go some more. She's probably getting up to temperature, probably getting pretty close. Russ started a timer to see how long this would take to get up to temperature, and it ran for 26 minutes, and it just shut off. So I got 6 gallons of like really hot water. I can fill it back here on this fitting. If I put my finger in here a little bit, it's like, oh yeah, that's and touch the tank. It's like, yeah, that's we got hot water now. And I just gotta get the thing in the coachman. Yeah, it's even hot a little bit into here. The hose is soft. I could fire the pump up and circulate that. Wait, I'm wondering if water that hot would damage my pump.
It might melt it.
I'm gonna not do that. I'll do gravity feed. That's what I'll do. I'll put this down on the ground. I'll run that hose down into it. We'll just let gravity do the work. Get this thing emptied out. We may have just hit a major snag. This hot water tank that's in here is a different type. The faceplate points out that way, but the tank goes sideways this way. The new tank, it comes back this way. I don't know. I gotta get down there and measure this up to see if it's even gonna fit. Wow. I should have brought the shop vac. There's kind of stuff in here, and there was a critter. Looks like there was a critter in here at one point. This needs to be 19 inches back to here. Wow. That's like really cutting it close to that pipe. Okay, down there. Of course, there's the fittings that come off the back of it. The one up top here wouldn't be a problem. Down below, though, maybe it's low enough. Maybe it's low enough that it would actually go under here. It's going to be close. It might work. I mean, worst case, I would have to get a... there's room to move this pipe, you know, over an inch or two. I'd have to get one of them collars where you join 2 of them together. I'd have to cut it. I could cut. Boy, nothing dusty, dirty, huh? I'd have to, you know, I could cut an inch or 2 out of it and put a connector. You know, we get the PVC cement and re-cement that. Boy, oh boy. Something else is missing here too. Let's see. You know what I'm not seeing? Is bypass valves. So how am I going to shut the water off to the hot water tank and take it out? You know, without like water running out of the cold side. How can I normally shut the 2 valves off, or shut a valve off to each one and open a valve to a bypass? That way you can bypass the hot water tank. Why? Let me look back upstream somewhere. Usually they're right here at the tank. I'm gonna have a look around for a minute, and if I find something, I'll let you know. I think we're gonna abort mission. I could certainly probably make this work, but I'll tell you what, Russ is really good about finding stuff on the internet. He got to looking, and I think he found a direct replacement for the one in the coach room. That means a couple of things. I don't have the issue here with this being such a tight squeeze, and maybe that drain pipe being in the way of this. This might just make it under that other pipe, and it's probably an issue there. Not to mention the hoses come up at a little different angle. Might have to change those ends out. But the big thing is, the other one is 4 inches wider, and if I put this one in it, I have 4 inches of, you can see daylight, out through the, you can put your hand in the RV. I'd have to like put a backing plate of, some kind of furring strip, probably 5 inches wide probably. And then somehow maybe fiberglass over top of it, paint it to try to match the outside of the RV. I'm gonna have this big hole in the RV I gotta make up for. So this was free. It was given to me by some very, very good friends. Susan and Candy had this and ended up not using it, so they gifted it to me. That's so much appreciated, but guess what?
Regifting.
It's probably gonna get regifted. I'm gonna have to open my wallet up again and buy the. I'm just better off spending the money and getting the direct fit, and I don't have those issues to deal with. Kind of stinks, but that's the way it is. And if Russ would have just not looked the right one up,
We would have made this work.
we would have went ahead and made this work. It would have been kind of a hack job. I wouldn't have been crazy about it, but I would have had hot water again. But really, for the sake of it being a hack job or a direct replacement that fits properly, hooks up properly, just so much further ahead to spending the money and doing it. Always do it right when possible.